Hello, everyone, and welcome to your November 2025 energy update. I am Rachael Gargan. I am a quantum ascension guide helping you activate your spiritual gifts, shift energy, and build soul aligned empires, not through hustle, but through ease. So, welcome. If this is your first time here, make sure that you like and subscribe. And we're going to dive into the energies of November today. November has this amazing frequency to it. We are talking about a newness type renewal energy as we step into November. This is the main theme that's coming forward. So maybe October for a lot of us was this time of hibernation, going internally within ourselves. It wasn't necessarily the time to be taking a lot of action, to be moving forward, to plow forward, but it's almost like some of that resistance that we have been feeling and the heaviness that we've been feeling is going to begin to be lifted off of us as we step into November. And this is really exciting because this is going to bring forward a newness. So the newness is coming forward, whether this is a renewal energy within your relationships, within money, within your businesses, within your relationship to yourself. So maybe many of us have had ideas that have been floating around, wants, desires, things that we've been thinking about. Now is a really good time to begin to step into these new identities, to step into this new version of yourself. And as we're doing this and we're stepping into these energies of newness, there is like a little bit of this like bittersweet energy. And this bittersweet energy of November is like we step forward, we're taking the action, we're doing the thing, and maybe immediately we're not seeing like this massive acceleration and things still feel a little bit slow, or we're putting everything into action and we don't immediately see the results of those actions, or things aren't working out the way we thought they were going to. So we're going to have moments like this, but it's quite literally like the visualization I'm being given is like we're putting on a new pair of shoes for the first time. And sometimes, yes, we're excited. We're putting on the new shoes and we're like, we're going to go for this big walk, but the shoes maybe make our feet raw. As we step forward, maybe there's a little bit of friction in our shoes, or they need time to warm up and to actually mold to our feet. And this is kind of the analogy that we're getting for the energies of November. So it's an invitation to us to take these moments where things didn't really go as planned, not as failure, not as a reason to wallow or to give up, but actually to take those moments as lessons and as teachings and as learnings so that we can come back to the drawing board and step forward again. This energy and this newness energy is not necessarily about quick wins. We're not looking for a quick win. We're looking for long-term sustainable magic in your life. And that's what November's inviting us into. Yes, there's this bittersweet energy where sometimes we are going to be learning and calibrating and adjusting along the way. But as we do that, we're getting stronger and stronger. We're getting more and more confident in our abilities. And with that, that is something that is going to become so sustainable for you to be able to navigate challenges and things that can come up in the future. They're not going to sway you off of your center because you've actually taken the time to build up your muscles energetically, mentally, emotionally, physically during November. And at the end of November, this is also as well part of that sweetness that is coming in, is that there is a reveling sweetness type energy of, oh my goodness, it's starting to work. Oh my goodness, I get the lesson now. Okay, yes, like I'm ready to keep moving. So if you've been feeling like a little bit paralyzed, a little bit stuck, don't worry, these energies are starting to move right now. You're going to start to feel that kind of stuckness energy, that paralyzation energy lift off of you. And November is going to be an amazing time to start taking action and moving forward in your life. And yes, we may bump up against a couple things as we do that, but these are lessons for us. And when we're stepping into something new, of course, our comfortability zone comes up in that. Because if it's new and I've never done it before, am I going to be 100% comfortable doing it? So we're being invited to move through our comfortability zone, to push past that, to step into maybe some of the uncomfortableness of the new things that you're bringing into your life. Now, they're bringing up relationships right now a lot. This may look like having some conversations, right? Whether it's with our partners, our children, our relationship to money, our relationship to our business and our clients. All of these types of relationship energies are also coming up. This is a time for us to not worry about being perfect or saying the right thing or getting it right the first time. It's about moving through our resistance and stepping into the newness of, I'm going to have this conversation anyways, even though I don't feel 100% ready, even though I don't know how this conversation's going to go, even though if I didn't say eloquently exactly what I desire to say, I'm going to do it anyways. And then there's a little bit of this like, okay, I stepped forward and now I can begin to refine and step forward again and step forward again. And there's a refinement that's happening within this newness. 2025 has brought forward a lot of acceleration energy, right? And it's been a lot of like movement, momentum, acceleration. And this does have a massive acceleration and reward and sweetness at the end of it. But what we're really being invited into is to embrace, right? If we're desiring those manifestations to come forward, if we're desiring to become a new version of ourselves or experience a new reality, we need to embrace the newness. We need to embrace the uncomfortability. We need to maybe sometimes challenge ourselves to do things anyways, even though it's not perfect. And as we do this, there is massive growth. So I'm seeing it's not so much it is an acceleration, but it's an acceleration of growth that we are moving through. This is spiritual growth, intellectual growth, your mental capacity to be able to hold and to do and to be. It's our emotional growth, right? And maybe many of us are also going through a physical transformation right now where it's uncomfortable for us to change certain things, whether it's our eating habits or whether it is how we're treating or speaking to our bodies on a daily basis. So there is a newness that's coming forward, and this newness comes with a stamp of approval is what I'm seeing. It's like a stamp of approval, a stamp and a promise of magic, but that we are the ones that get to decide. We always have free will and we get to decide who we're going to be, what we're consenting to, what we desire. So there is an underlying dedication that's coming forward. And it's like from an internal place, this internal dedication and commitment to what you desire to create. And as we come into that dedication and commitment within ourselves, even when things aren't perfect, even when, we're getting blisters in our new shoes, it's like, I'm gonna keep walking forward. I'm gonna refine, I'm gonna adjust. So these are a lot of the energies that are coming forward for November. And I know that this energy update, it's not meant to scare you and be like, oh my goodness, it sounds like November is going to have so many challenges. It's not a month of challenges. It's a month of growth. And sometimes challenges arise as we grow, but we want to actually step into this month with that mindset. What are you committed to? What are you dedicating November to? And I want you to literally maybe spend some time right here, right now, as you're listening to this energy update, writing down what is November for you? What are you dedicated to changing, shifting, stepping into in November? And even when we're bumping up against some of those bittersweet moments, we are coming back into our sovereignty and rededicating ourselves to that dedication that we started. It's like, no, I know why I'm doing this and I'm ready. I see what didn't work, so I'm going to try it again. And I'm going to bring all of this information back and begin to make some refinements and adjustments, and I'm going to step forward again. So this is also as well really related to business. Many of us have been sitting on our containers or our programs that we have, maybe our content. We've wanted to shift things. This is an invitation to you to start to shift things, that it's okay. And even when we have the resistance, like, what if I burn it all down? What if it's not going to work? What if I don't immediately see the results? We need to begin to embrace and to trust ourselves as we are stepping forward into this new. And this is a really, really powerful message. So you may see this in relationships and in business, specifically are kind of the two areas that are coming forward for the frequencies of November. Now, with that, one of the practices that is really coming through for November is to set aside a little bit of time for yourself, to slow down. This isn't a race that needs to be won. This isn't I'm going to take an action and I expect to see my manifestation land right away. This is not short-term gratification. This is long-term gratification and sustainability. So there's a difference in the frequencies. So I want you to think about creating a long-term gain, a long-term plan in November, so that even when we're stepping forward, we're starting to take the action, but we're not yet seeing all of the results just instantly starting to land. And maybe some of us will, which is amazing. But this is also a moment for us to be like, no, I'm playing the long game here. I'm good. I know where I'm going. I am dedicated to this new version of me, this new thing that I'm birthing and bringing forward, and I'm ready for it. And I'm going to keep saying yes to it every single day. One of the things that we want to be careful of in November is that we don't slip into wallowing and self-pity. This is coming up really strongly, that the wallowing energy, the self-pity energy of like, I tried and it's not working and I don't know what I'm doing and why am I doing this? And I'm just going to not do anything and I'm going to slow down. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be like, I don't like this. The longer we sit here, the more our growth will be stunted. And the acceleration that is available to us will be slowed down. So when we find ourselves in this place, and this is the reason why we're kind of being invited to think of like slow and steady, because if we can set aside a little bit of time for ourselves and be in that slow and steady pace type of energy, then we can really tend to ourselves as we're moving through our growth in a loving way. And to hold room for yourself to evolve. It's like, I am evolving, I am growing. So I don't need to judge myself. I don't have to be perfect right away, but I can hold space for myself in a loving way to try this out, to figure this out, to adjust and to refine as I'm stepping forward. And that is the most powerful message that we can bring forward for the frequencies of November. If we can, master that this month, the rewards at the end of this month are going to be next level. The rewards at the long-term end of what you are creating and stepping into is going to be next level. So there is that promise here. And I can feel the promise so incredibly powerful, where it's like, just trust. And I promise you, it's going to be there. It's okay, but we have to keep walking. And how many of us have put on new shoes, right? It's like, today I put on my brand new shoes and my feet are like raw because of it. But I love these shoes. They're like the best thing ever. Maybe I've been saving up for them. So I'm going to put them back on tomorrow. I'm going to wear an extra layer of socks and I'm going to break them in and I'm going to wear them again. And sometimes we might have to do that 3, 4, 5 times before it's like, okay, these are my new shoes. I'm good to go now. And that's the analogy for November. So it comes with the reward of being like, you're going to start to be able to sprint in your new shoes, in your new embodiment very soon, but you have to trust the process. So I love this analogy because it really kind of breaks down, in a way, those moments for us. And we are doing new things here as well. I'm stepping into a lot of new ways and new boundaries and new routines with my children. I'm stepping into new routines and new boundaries and new ways of expressing and showing up on social media and with my clients. I'm closing certain containers. I'm opening up new containers. There's a vision that I have been gifted with by God, because every vision that you have is a gift. It is a download. And if you have the vision, it's because it's already available to you. So are you going to say yes to it and dedicate yourself to it and move through your resistance to it? And it feels sometimes uncomfortable. I've been moving through some uncomfortability over here. And we're going to be continuing to do it anyways. So with that being said, we are releasing Rachael's Butterfly Effect show. It is a show, it is a broadcast of everything that I teach, of conversations around quantum healing, around our soul-led businesses. And it's going to be hosted right here on YouTube. So you can subscribe, because we've got some really, really amazing episodes to come. But this is a new way of me showing up, and that's okay. So we need to step into that newness and maybe try things in a different way and see how they go and make adjustments along the way. So trust the visions that you have been given and trust what is coming through to you. Because the magic that is available to you, the prosperity, the peace, the sovereignty, the freedom, if you've seen it in a vision, it's because it is available to you already. So let's say yes to that. Let's say yes to that this month and begin to take the steps forward, even when it's uncomfortable, and to hold space for ourselves to evolve and to be perfectly imperfect as we move through our growth and evolution. So welcome to the frequencies of November, and I am sending you all so much love and light.